as far as that point in time with what we've done. I mean, there are no moral victories. I mean, I don't really take moral victories. I'm trying to win every game every time we step out there.
This is the last time we'll all be together on a football team, right? There's obviously going to be roster changes. We'll see how much happens, right? But contracts are up, bring in new guys, draft new guys. It's a constant, changing team. So yeah, that's definitely something that's tough about playing football.
Alec Pierce certainly proved his worth to this Colts offense as he gets ready to become a free agent this offseason. Pierce's 132 yards against the Texans pushes him over 1,000 for the season. That's the first time it's happened in Pierce's young career. Now Colts general manager Chris Ballard will have to decide if that was good enough to bring him back next season. We'll have you covered about all that and everything off season for the Colts. But for now in Houston, I'm Angela Morian for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
All right, Angela, thanks a lot here, hanging out here with Andrew Chernoff, talking about the Colts and all the big news coming out tonight regarding Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard, both returning next year for the Colts. Let's start first with Shane. We've seen some good things from Shane Steichen throughout his 3 years here with the Colts. We've seen some moments where we're like, okay, what is Shane doing? Not giving the ball to Jonathan Taylor or calling that play there. But overall, you got to give him credit, whereas his teams are, for the most part, pretty much ready to play. Very rare do you see games where Shane Steichen's teams are getting blown out, things like that. Where you can put some blame on him, and I think you'll agree, he's the leader of this team, where it's like, hey, closing the deal, finding ways to win. You can look at that in two ways. Is that the coach's issue for his team not being able to close the deal? Or can you look at what kind of players he's been given? First, the work from Chris Ballard, and we'll talk about him in a moment, but I'm not surprised that Shane Steichen come back here with the Colts.
I'm not either, and when you listen to the players, honestly, this entire season, AC, you can feel the respect that they do have for him, and I even asked Jonathan Taylor about this week before this game, and he sort of hinted, like, I'm looking forward to working with Shane next year, so it felt like in there they all knew he was coming back, but yeah. I think he's so football-minded. Sometimes he outsmarts himself with his play calling, yeah. But he's learning year after year, but you got to get it now, I guess, together next year, because year 4, the excuses are running out.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that you saw what he was able to do with a good quarterback, and Daniel Jones, and what he was able to do with Daniel Jones. We know the pass with the DJ, and so that right there gives him the bonus points here to be able to stick around here another season. Chris Ballard, we both like Chris a lot. The issue here with Chris Ballard, he has been here for a very long time, and the numbers don't lie. As far as getting to the playoffs, we know he's had to deal with a lot of change here when it comes to quarterbacks and things like that. But at the end of the day, you have your resume. You have what's there for you. And so, I think he was aggressive more than we've ever seen him be on the offseason during free agency, which I like that. We saw the big trade he made this season as well. I didn't think that Carly Ursay-Gordon was going to make a change here because I just didn't feel like she was going to do it, because I think she's going to give him the benefit of the doubt again, if you will, towards the beginning of the season and how good it was. And she did say in a opening press conference, that injuries will play a role here in what she decides to do with his future and Shane's future.
It's just interesting. I was reading the letter that the late Jim Irsay put out, basically this time last year, saying it's important to get our collective ability to make improvements needed to take us to the next level. I would argue they haven't gotten to the next level, so Chris Ballard is part of that. It's going to be fascinating, though, for sure to see what's going to happen. And you look at his resume, the numbers you mentioned, AC, don't lie. It has been a minute since this Colts team has won 0 AFC South titles under his leadership as GM, just 2 playoff appearances, 1 playoff win. Not great, but again, the pieces are there, but it seems like we keep saying that year after year.
Yeah, it is, and I know many Colts fans tonight are saying, hey, what's going on here? It just looks very similar to what we saw last year and the year before that. It's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen, because, 5 years of not making the postseason, you're talking about an organization, you're talking about the time you grew up from here. I've been around here almost 30 years. We have been so fortunate during those Peyton Manning years, Angelo years as well, of seeing this team going to the playoffs, seeing wins and 10+ wins and things like that. And then to see that it's 5 straight, no trips to the postseason. I know many Colts fans are saying what's going on, and nothing really big, no big changes at all. It has a lot of Colts fans wondering what's really going on sometimes.
Yeah, the familiarity is good, but it's really good when you're winning. I don't know how much it's good when you're not winning. That's the important part.
Yeah, and I also think about this Chris Ballard here. I mean, he's going to talk to the media coming up later next week. Carly Ursay-Gordon's going to talk to us tomorrow. But I think Chris, he's pretty transparent with all of us about, he didn't get it done. Regardless, he did not get it done, and they get another opportunity here. It's going to be interesting what he has to say on Thursday. But I will say this as well. They talk about these injuries. These other teams have injuries as well, and somehow they find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Meanwhile, Riley Leonard, what he was able to do today for the Colts. I felt like the Jacksonville game, when he came in to replace DJ, I was like, he wasn't that bad. When you think about it, I mean, and today he's making everybody look good that thought he was okay in that game, right?
First drive, look at that 66-yard throw to Alec Pierce for the touchdown. What a way to start your first career NFL start. He looked good, couple touchdowns, made a few mistakes here. He obviously formed that connection with Pierce today, but overall, AC, I think the questions now come back. Should you have started him instead of Phillip Rivers?
Yes.
Of course, he appreciates Phillip Rivers, though, and Daniel Jones, as he said after the game.
It's good to get those reps under my belt. I got a lot more to learn, but thank goodness I got the best coaches, the best, people around me. Phillip, being, a guy that I've always looked up to, lives a mile from my house. We're both in Fairhope, Alabama, and here he is coaching me on the sidelines. I mean, you have no idea how important it is for a rookie quarterback to go to the sideline, and you got Daniel Jones and, all these coaches and everybody just pouring into you knowledge, and it's incredible. Every single touchdown I had was due to preparation beforehand from those around me.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, definitely Riley Leonard took major steps going forward. It's good to have those reps under your belt, especially knowing he'll be back.
Yeah, and he has some great guys to throw the ball to today as well. And Alec Pierce having just a monster day for the Colts today against the Texans. His play on the field was so evident how much it gave so much confidence to Riley Leonard because he knew he had a target that was going to be down the field time and time again. Alec Pierce, over 1,000 yards, first time in his career. He's had multiple games now where he's had more than one touchdown. This guy's going to get paid here from the Colts, right?
132 yards today. If he wasn't ejected, AC, he would have probably gotten 5,000 yards today. And speaking of that ejection, here's what happened in this play in the third quarter of today's game. As he was looking to find another touchdown in this thing, he thought he was pass interference with it. This play comes down, and watch this. He makes contact barely with the official right there. Ref throws the flag and ejects Alec Pierce from this game. And Alec Pierce explained what happened afterwards and even had some fun chatting about it afterwards.
I thought it was a PI. I thought it was pass interference, and I was talking about that. And I guess I bumped him. I just didn't want him to think, Obviously, you throw the flag. I don't know what the flag exactly, the name of it is, but something about contacting an official. I just wanted to let him know, I wasn't trying to put hands on him or anything, No malicious act. I already talked with my family, and I was joking, because that was like my older brother's calling card. Getting ejected. For a basketball player, I think it's a lot easier to get ejected out there, because they hear everything you say, but the double tack ejection.
I tell you what though, him leaving the game really hurt the team, and it's not really on him. I mean, granted, he got ejected, but that was just a bad call by the official, in my opinion. But if you look at his numbers, he's our Cinema Hot Stat of the week.
Yeah, 4 receptions, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6th career 100-yard game, and as you mentioned at AC, first time he's had over 1,000 yards in his NFL.
Heat, in a hurry, save time and money. Call Mr. Quick. Get a furnace tune-up now for only $89 or opt for a new furnace at just $89 a month.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick for on time. This is Fox 59 Sports Overtime.
Hello and welcome to Sports Overtime here on Fox 59. I'm Chris Hagan. Now, the Colts were eliminated from playoff contention last weekend, but they signed up for 17, and today the Horseshoes fulfilled that obligation. The season finale down in Houston. Shane Steichen, Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard, and Phillip Rivers get together for the rookies' first start. Looking good early. Their third play from scrimmage launches one deep for Alec Pierce, who hauls it in. 66-yard TD. Colts go up 7-3, and he flips the ball to his dad, Chad, who, of course, passes it over to his mom, Heather. Later in the first, Rigoberto Sanchez going on Pat McAfee. Fake punt. Connects to Mo Alley Cox, 16 yards, moves the chains, leads to a field goal, made it 10-6. Rough moment here. Texans star defensive end Daniel Hunter hits Leonard's arm, ball is out, Houston recovers. Texans score 2 straight TDs to go up 20-10. End of the half, Leonard connects to Pierce the second time, 8-yard TD. That Texans lead cut to 23-17 at the break. Second half now, Colts first possession. Leonard looks deep for Pierce once again, and again, Pierce brings it in. 53-yard gain down to the Houston 1-yard line. Very next play, Leonard takes it himself for the 1-yard touchdown. Phillip Rivers can't do that. Colts retake the lead 24-23. Late in the third, Pierce arguing with the ref about a non-call. Gently bumps into him, but he's flagged and ejected. Rough end of the day for such a great outing for Pierce. Colts up 27-26 in the fourth. Leonard throws and intercepts and leads the go-ahead Texans score. Horseshoes would retake the lead one more time, but Houston scores twice in the last 17 seconds, including the Tommy Togiai scoop and score. And that's the season for the Shoe. 38-30, the final today. 7 of the Colts' 9 losses this season were one-score games. Our Alexa Ross in Houston for this last one.
The Colts season came to a close with their 7th straight loss. Another one with a late collapse.
We just got to find ways to win games. We're in like every single game. It's not like we're getting blown out. Like we just got to find ways to make those small wins count and then lead to those actual wins.
Rookie quarterback Riley Leonard scored 3 touchdowns in his regular season debut as a starter.
It was fun. What an opportunity! Something you dream of your entire life. And every snap that I was out there, had goosebumps just thinking, man, I made it, right? I definitely felt when I was out there that I can play.
Leonard's favorite target Sunday was Alec Pierce. A 2-touchdown day for the deep threat helped him surpass 1,000 receiving yards for the year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
The Colts season came to a close with their 7th straight loss. Another one with a late collapse.
We just got to find ways to win games. We're in like every single game. It's not like we're getting blown out. Like we just got to find ways to make those small wins count and then lead to those actual wins.
Rookie quarterback Riley Leonard scored 3 touchdowns in his regular season debut as a starter.
It was fun. What an opportunity! Something you dream of your entire life. And every snap that I was out there, had goosebumps just thinking, man, I made it, right? I definitely felt when I was out there that I can play.
Leonard's favorite target Sunday was Alec Pierce. A 2-touchdown day for the deep threat helped him surpass 1,000 receiving yards for the year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice. Yeah, it's something to work for. Something that always is a goal. So yeah, it's good to get it.
And the way he goes up and makes plays for us week in and week out, the contested catches, the one-on-ones, the double moves, the deep crossing routes, it's been tremendous.
As every season comes to a close, change is inevitable, but things feel a little different heading into this offseason after losing 7 straight games to end the year.
You want to go out smiling, everyone is like, hey man, great job, fantastic season, and when you have to leave with that sour taste in your mouth at the end of the season, it just makes it feel that much worse, when you know that it's the last time this group will be together entirely.
I've been here for 6 years. It's been a good 6. I'm hoping it's not, but if this is my last, then I've really had a great time.
It's only a matter of time before the dominoes begin to fall. With the Colts in Houston, I'm Alexa Ross.
All right, thanks, Alexa. Now, this evening, a source close to the situation tells Fox 59 that both Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen will be back as GM and head coach next season. That's a perfect time to bring in JMV from 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. Weekdays 3 to 6. John, what was your reaction when you heard that news?
Yeah, it's funny. It's something I kind of prepped my listeners for, and nobody really wanted to hear it. But I go all the way back to the NFL trade deadline. And again, this is so much more than just about this particular season and the way that you can excuse away the season going down the tubes and sliding out of the postseason and losing out and all that. But you go back to the NFL trade deadline, and I thought there was a chance there that with that deal for Sauce Gardner, that ultimately there was a deal in place to where, all right, so we're going to do this right now. We're going to give up those 2 first-rounders. So now you guys are going to be here for the long haul. This is not just a quick fix bandage thing. This is something we believe in. And I thought that Carly Gordon giving her thumbs up and approval to that deal at the trade deadline, I thought it led us down to this path to where, again, come hell or high water, that we were going to see Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen continuing. Here's where I have a problem with it, and especially with the general manager. 9 years, and it's been every conceivable avenue has been taken And yes, can you make excuses for injuries? Do they matter? But we're still talking about the results or lack thereof. And I almost look at this decision, and especially on Ballard, because I think Steichen is a little bit different. You got out of Steichen this year. If you're going to bring back Daniel Jones as the quarterback, Daniel Jones worked well with him. So I can always see him coming back. But with Ballard, it's different. It's almost like it's more of let's run all this back because it's convenient. And we don't have to make this decision right now. It's not because you actually believe in what you're doing, because how can you? Again, it's all been about mediocrity or less. And there's never been, with all these different paths they've taken, there's never been the outcome that they always talked about and they always preach about. So to me, this is not as much about believing in the future or the short term future, even. It's more about this is kind of the easiest path to take right now because we're in a situation we don't have any first rounders. We're soaking in what we're soaking in right now. So let's just go ahead, what the heck, and roll with it. And rightly so, fans are upset, and frankly, they should be.
Well, with questions at QB and other roster spots, no first-round pick, is there anything for fans to be excited about right now?
I mean, other than this whole Steichen Daniel Jones thing, and we got to think about this. We're going to have to expedite him coming back. I mean, those I think are thoughts where is he going to be ready to go at the start of the season? Yeah, I don't know. He'd have to be the quickest guy to recuperate from an injury like that of all time. I guess it would be that the whole quarterback dynamic and the relationship with the head coach. Frankly, other than that, there's nothing. Alec Pierce, you still have to bring him back, and that should be an essential. But you're probably going to see if they decide to part with people, guys that have been around here a long time. You probably saw play for the final time in Houston a little bit earlier today. I kind of feel for the fans right now because the fans, they have utilized their disposable income to invest in this team, and they have seen zero return on their investment. And then when they're kind of shaking their fist and saying, hey, we have a problem with how this is going, you kind of get stuck back in a corner in this case with, well, everything is going to be okay. And you do the same thing over and over again with no results. And listen, there are a lot of other people that have come and gone around here that have been held accountable. And the one person that hasn't been held accountable is the guy that's going to get a 10th year with little to no results. And for Colts fans, rightly so, that's hard to swallow.
All right, thanks, John. We'll be listening tomorrow for sure. Right now, though, let's hit a break. When we return, back to Houston for more reaction to Riley Leonard's first career